Good evening and happy Friday. It is a nice evening, actually. It's not all that cold, but I do think things will be changing. And that's why I fired up this live stream a little bit late tonight, just a late evening update on this Friday, 11:29. So it is live. It is post the 10 p.m. newscast. If you missed it, you are in luck because here it is. Now, forecast is pretty tricky. There's a lot of moving parts, a lot of different variables that we have to take into account. And the variables are very hard to predict. So take this forecast as it is. It's going to be a little bit broad. And bottom line is multiple chances for winter weather coming up here. So let's get you right to it. The headlines. Latest on the winter weather potential, icing concerns. That is the big story for next week. So check this out right here. So the weather is trying to make up its mind. Are we going to be warm? Are we going to be cold? Check out Dallas, 69 degrees, Midland, 64, but Kansas City, 34 degrees, Dodge City, right at freezing. Fayetteville is kind of in the middle. There is a frontal boundary. Notice how Fayetteville, the wind is calm. So I do think the front is somewhere in the coverage area, somewhere from a Memphis to maybe just south of Oklahoma City line. I think that's where the front is. And this front will be moving north as a warm front tonight. So it's not going to cool down all that much, but this is a view. This is actually our Rogers Pinnacle Parkway Towers camera, shrouded in some low stratus clouds, even seeing some fog tonight. So that's what we're dealing with. 46 in Rogers, dew point 45. The weather icon shows fog. So that is being reported for us with that light east-southeast wind. I do think we will see some of that tonight. But once those south winds pick up, I do think that will erode. Here's Fayetteville, Mount Sequoia, definitely seeing those low-level clouds and seeing some murky conditions on the surface too. So definitely pretty mild for this time of year. 50s, Fayetteville 51, Fort Smith is at 50. Visibilities are reduced in some areas below 1 mile. Bentonville, 0.8 miles. We do not have a dense fog advisory as of right now. This could change. And so feel free to ask any questions. I see them filing in. Here's one right here. Thoughts on driving from Fayetteville to Kansas City on Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday or another day. All right. So that is the trick. Monday should be good early. Tuesday should be good during the afternoon potentially. And then Wednesday, I think Wednesday potentially has could bring the highest impacts for us. So definitely I'm going to dive into all this, and this could change. We're still far out. The timing is very tricky. Here's a future track fog model showing that into tomorrow morning. So could see some patchy fog if you are going to be out tomorrow morning. I'll plan for a few extra minutes. Here's that front to our south. That is moving north as a warm front and shrouded in cloud cover right now. Here's a future track. So this is what you want to see. So here's right now. This is the NAM model. Usually does pretty well with these shallow cold air masses. So it's showing cloudy skies, maybe some drizzle, some light rain. That is in the forecast tonight. Here's a warm front racing in with those southwest winds, 15 miles per hour. Notice those winds right there. Here's daybreak, 61 in Waldron, 62 in Poteau. Fayetteville, mid-50s. But do not get used to that mild feel because this front will move south as a cold front tomorrow afternoon, evening, dropping us down into the 40s with a north breeze, making it feel like it's around freezing. So Saturday afternoon, it isn't going to feel the best. I think it will be dry, but there will be that cold air moving in. Check out Sunday morning. The wind, I don't think it will let up heading into Sunday morning. But we have cold air advection. So that cold air is moving in from the north. Temperature is Sunday morning by around daybreak. I think we should be below freezing. And this model is showing maybe some light freezing rain, light snow for Sunday morning. And keep in mind, it's Super Bowl Sunday. A lot of people probably have Super Bowl plans, church first thing in the morning, and then maybe a Super Bowl party come later on during the evening. And that's the question: are the roads going to be okay? I think for Sunday, I think the impacts look minimal. Overpasses, bridges, usual trouble areas, maybe a light glaze of ice, and we're talking Northwest Arkansas. I think River Valley, I think it's going to be a little bit too warm. Notice how we're in the 20s waking up Sunday morning. And then models are pretty consistent, showing a little bit of clearing Sunday afternoon, which kind of makes sense. Maybe Sunday evening, some more light wintry precipitation. So we'll be on it, tracking it. And if it gets bad, we'll send alerts out on the weather app. And here's Monday, 7 a.m. Dry. That's what it's showing. But heading into Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, that is going to be the question. So I see a lot of questions in here. But here's the general pattern. So you saw the cold front moving in. We've got southwest flow aloft. So that's relatively warmer. So warm air moving over that cold air. We can see the animation here, just stuck in this southwest flow aloft. And within the flow, there are subtle pieces of energy moving in. That will serve as the focus for the chances for wintry precipitation. Notice how we have a little swing in that trough coming in Wednesday. I think that's the day where we could see the highest impacts. So why are we not seeing all snow? I can get into this, but a lot of people just want me to get down to it right quick, and I will show you what you want to see. But for those of you who want to take a deep dive into the science on why we're getting a mixed bag of freezing rain, sleet, snow, I'll show you that. But first, here is a feature track showing the European model. Warm bias, in my opinion, for this system. Here's Monday. That's some rain. The pink is a mix, so freezing rain, sleet. Heading into Monday nights, I think this is too mild. I think in Northwest Arkansas, I think there will be some sleet, freezing rain causing impacts for Monday night into Tuesday morning drive. A little break in the action. Another system moves in Wednesday, giving us, I think, potentially higher impacts from the winter weather. And then maybe by the upcoming weekend, maybe another system. That European model is kind of mild. Here's a different model. This is the American model showing Monday a better chance for that wintry mix. Here's Monday, 5 p.m. And then heading into Tuesday morning. If that happens, Northwest Arkansas could be seeing some major impacts from this storm. Tuesday afternoon, a little break in the action. Maybe another wave comes in potentially. And then Tuesday into Wednesday, that could be trouble too. So I know it's a lot. Let's fast forward into next weekend. Here's Thursday, maybe some more wintry mixing. Saturday, that doesn't look good. Yeah. So here is this is a graphic that we have been working on. This is a ice dash snowfall total. So first, it will get you the ice accumulations and then the snow totals. Here's Monday. Here's through Tuesday morning. GFS, as of right now, this is the latest model run. I have not seen this yet. It's kind of backed off on the icing potential for Northwest Arkansas, but not our eastern counties like Boone, Newton, Johnson, Logan. Well, I think Johnson, Logan might be a bit too warm, but Boone and Newton, we can see quarter-inch ice, and then maybe some snow on top of that, maybe some more ice come Thursday into Friday. Here's a different look, a zoomed out look. Yeah, so there's Harrison. I see your comment. So this latest model run has kind of backed off a little bit, but this is what the models are going to be doing. They're going to be showing higher totals, showing lower totals. Bottom line is, for this pattern, the models will not handle the energy well, and they will not handle the temperatures well. And that's what we need to see to forecast this accuracy. So here's a graphic. So just down, if you want, you could download our free app, and we'll give you alerts, video forecast updates. We put the numbers in ourselves as far as as far as temperatures, as far as precip chances. We put those in ourselves. So um, it's a great app, and we'll send you updates when we do these lives too, sometimes. But here's a panel. Here's tonight. So pretty for this time of year, not bad at all. So what I'm going to do is here, I'm going to throw up the 7 day, and I'm going to look at some of these comments and see if I can answer any of them. So going back to your comment, so you saw the snow to our north up in Missouri. So even though it might be raining when you leave here, the further north you go, the colder it's going to be. Here's a good question, Brandon. Um, how are the winds looking next week with the system? Winds aren't bad, but that's a great point, because if we're talking about icing, you definitely do not want to have the winds. That wouldn't be good. But I do think the winds are going to be pretty strong tomorrow and going throughout the day. Notice how we have Saturday south to north, 10 to 20 plus. So as that cold front comes in with the system close in proximity, that pressure gradient, the winds are going to be pretty strong tomorrow. That's $1 million question. Snow accumulation is next week. I think the most likely scenario here is here's 7 day. Let me just expand it. Monday into Tuesday, that has the potential for some icing, maybe some light snow accumulation. I think the day that we have to worry about is Wednesday, for maybe a couple inches of snow, maybe a glaze of ice. Again, we're still 1, 2, 3, 4 days out here, and we're going to be doing more updates coming up this weekend too. Wyatt, hey, how's it going, Wyatt? Hope college is going well. Wyatt is at Western Kentucky studying meteorology. Here's a question. Edward, do you know if Ozark bus transit will be open Monday, Tuesday? I don't believe so because of ice. I do not know if the Ozark bus transit will be open Monday and Tuesday. But there definitely is that potential for ice. Just getting caught up on questions. Yeah. Do you think they'll put out winter weather watches this weekend? Yeah, probably. They'll probably do it maybe Super Bowl Sunday for the Monday timeframe. I wouldn't be surprised if our southern Missouri counties got some. Speaking of watches and warnings, let me throw those up there for you. But first, all right, River Valley, as of right now, it looks like mainly rain. Notice how Tuesday night, though, we kind of get down to near freezing. Tuesday night, Wednesday night. So there are some time frames where maybe some of this rain could become frozen. But as far as impacts, looking pretty minimal compared to Northwest Arkansas. And let's look at the watches and warnings right now. So here's the surface map. Let me throw up the watches and warnings. Stand by. Here they are. Wait for it to load. All right. So notice how we have a dense fog advisory off to our west. That might get expanded. National Weather Service, usually the next shift comes in around 2 a.m. or that's usually when they send out the updates around 2 a.m. So I wouldn't be surprised if portions of Northwest Arkansas got involved, but maybe not because we have the warm front coming in and the winds are going to start to pick up, and the winds will help to prevent the fog from really forming. Um, okay. So Northwest Arkansas, could we have all right, power outages? Definitely a possibility for next week. So I would prepare for that possibility. Just get ready for it. Have some supplies ready. Because if you lose power, that wouldn't be good. You know, especially with food in the fridge. Especially because even though it's going to be cold outside, it's not going to be freezing the whole day. With the sun out, it could warm up. But yeah, power outages, that will be a possibility. Not crazy concerned just yet, but that's in the back of our minds. Well, I'm glad you're liking it up there in Western Kentucky. And yeah, college coffee is a necessity for sure. Um, yeah, so it is live update, 11:47 p.m. That's the watches and warnings. Now, if anybody wants me to take a deep dive into why exactly we're going to be seeing this mixed bag of precipitation, I can go into that real quick. But I could show some more models of the snow. Can look at maybe the Canadian model. I don't think I've seen that one yet. The latest run, so I can look that one up. But let me get it. All right. Here's a Canadian model. Stand by. Um, yeah, you guys can't. Yeah, Joel. Yeah, so you guys were talking about the tornadoes in May. Yeah, that was Josh who was out there in Decatur. Yeah, Dan and I were in the studio along with Peyton Langford, and then Peyton eventually went out too to get some damage from the morning. But yeah, well, we're not expecting any severe weather here. But I wouldn't be surprised if we heard a rumble of thunder Monday. But as far as severe weather, we're not worried about that. The icing potential, we are concerned about that. Now, here's the Canadian model, which I haven't seen yet. I looked at it earlier. So let's see it. So, whoa. That looks like some pretty moderate rain, but that's not going to happen. It's probably confused with the fog and with the drizzle, and it's just showing rain everywhere. Yeah, it's not happening. Look how warm. Look how warm the Canadian is showing tomorrow. Look at this. So I went, you know, with a thought process that the shallow Arctic air will win out against the warm air, but it's definitely a battle between this warm and the cold air, and we're right in the middle of it. This model shows the warm air winning out tomorrow, which usually does not happen. These Arctic air masses are usually a lot more stubborn, and the models usually make it way too warm. And here's a Canadian model showing 70 in Poto, Fayetteville mid 60s. I don't think that's going to happen. I sure hope not, because then the forecast would be wrong. Actually, I wouldn't mind it to be that warm. I would kind of like it to be in the 60s, but I don't think it's going to happen. And here's the cold air. Look at that temperature difference between Fayetteville and Fort Smith. That's 22 degrees. So this is a strong front that's coming in tomorrow with Arctic air. Dropping down to below freezing tomorrow night. See, it jumps. I think that's too warm. I think we're going to be in the upper 20s. And see that pink and Jasper? That's a little bit of ice. And the models were hinting at that Boone and Newton County that has the highest potential for ice. And that's Super Bowl Sunday morning. Going throughout the day, I would imagine it, yeah, see it trying to fill in. See it clear out. And is that it? Oh, okay. Let me load up the longer range one. All right. Let me fix this camera view. This is strange. Let me stand by. All right. Get rid of this. Delete. Whoa. All right. There's Sunday. Now here's this is data. Okay. This is as far as it goes out. But the NAM is showing that wintry mixing for Sunday morning, and so is the HRRR. I just saw that latest update, and that's a model that I haven't looked at on this computer. Let me load that up. It should just make it. Yeah, there's Sunday. Yeah, even Sunday evening. Sunday morning. Oh, okay, I guess that was just the morning. Yeah, so Sunday morning, I think that is the first chance that we have at the winter weather. But I think we have another round, and each round I think will get potentially worse. So you have Sunday, minor impacts, Monday into Tuesday, potentially higher impacts, and then Wednesday into Thursday, we've got. I think that could be potentially the highest impacts for that system. So people didn't really ask, or nobody asked about this, but I'll just show it to you real fast. So why are we seeing the freezing rain, the sleet, all these questions about the precip types? It is because of Arctic air mass at the surface. Move over. So we've got this cold air at the surface, and we saw the jet stream southwest flow ushering in this warmer air. That warmer air, because is less dense, will go above that colder air, and the it will kind of erode that cold air mass. So freezing rain happens when we have most of the column is above freezing, a shallow layer of below freezing air that will help the rain to freeze on contact. Sleet is when the rain melts and then or when the snow crystals melt and then refreeze as ice pellets. That's sleet. And snow is when the air column is all below 32. And that's the pattern that we have here. We have the warm air aloft, cold air at the surface. So especially overpasses, bridges, the trouble areas, as early as Sunday, I think there could be that potential for the icing. And those are a few tips right there for you. And yeah, that's a good explanation of good graphic to show, because here is that southwest flow aloft, ushering in that warmer air. And here's a good visual just to show you the battleground between the cold and the warm air. So rain to our south, snow to our north. Northwest Arkansas is right in the middle. What's going to happen? Will it be rain? Will it be snow? Usually the Arctic air has a hard time leaving. Usually it likes to hang around, especially with the terrain in Northwest Arkansas, the Ozarks, the Boston Mountains. I think the cold air will have a hard time leaving. So that might be a bit too warm. And back to the feature track. So, yeah, I think I got everybody's question here. It's 11:56 p.m. It's about to be midnight. I still have a little bit to do here before I get to go home. I have to do a little bit here, and I'll be back tomorrow to give more updates, and I'll be back Sunday. And yeah, okay. Yeah, so yeah, feel free to ask any questions. I will leave it up until everybody's question has been answered. Western Carroll County, will we see snow? That's the big question. Will you see snow? I think you will. I think you see ice when. Here's the 7-day. So we've got wintry mix potential as early as Super Bowl Sunday and Monday night, Tuesday, and maybe again Wednesday. And I can show you a feature track of the GFS. Well, actually, first, yeah, all right, let's do this. So here's the GFS. So we've got Monday evening, could potentially see some snow, sleet, freezing rain, and then another round potentially on Wednesday. And here's accumulation. So you're looking at Carroll County was the question. So that's ice, then some snow on top of it. So the value on the left is ice, on the right, that is the snow. And I think this might be underdone. And you were mentioning, or I was mentioning Sunday. I was just talking about Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday. Here is Super Bowl Sunday. Whoa. All right. Let me fast forward. That's the morning. We could be seeing maybe some light freezing rain, some light snow flurries Sunday morning into Sunday afternoon early, and then we should warm up. Power outages, yeah, I definitely do think that could be an issue, especially not really too worried about Sunday, Monday night, Wednesday, that time frame. We could be seeing some of that. Julie, what does the arrow? All right, the arrow on Saturday That means that temperatures will be cooling down. So here's Saturday morning. Notice how we're in the 50s and 60s with a warm front. I put the arrow on there because we have a cold front, and that will cool us down to the 40s. Here's 6 p.m. Saturday with that wind. It will feel a lot colder. Let me get the wind chills up. Stand by. Wind. All right. The wind chill is the value on the right. So here's tomorrow afternoon. Yeah, feeling lower to mid 30s tomorrow, mid 30s. That's going to be not feeling the best. All right. Will Washington County get ice on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday? And what is the best chance for wintry precipitation? I think the best chance looks to be on Wednesday, but there is that possibility for Monday and Tuesday morning, and then maybe even Tuesday afternoon. It's just subtle waves of energy moving in, and the models do not handle it well. Yeah, power outages, I mentioned it. That could be a problem. In the roads, especially the roads could be a real deal. Yeah, the models, yeah, they go back and forth, usually too warm, can't get a grip on this weather pattern. They're really confused. Yeah, so Salem Springs definitely have the potential for the freezing rain and for the ice and for the winter weather. So power outages, that could be a possibility. Good morning. It is morning, 12:01 a.m. Good morning, everybody. It is, I like to still think of it as the nighttime, though. I'm not ready for it to be Saturday morning yet. I am ready for it to be summertime. Yeah, the cold has gotten old. All right, I do like the snow. I wouldn't mind a good heavy snow event. Well, not heavy that it causes issues, but a nice fun snow. I do not want this ice. That is the last thing I want is the ice. Do not want that. Okay, driving from St. Louis to Fayetteville on Sunday be problematic. I don't think so. Um, I'll show you a model that shows you some potential for frozen precipitation. We fast forward it. It's going to jump. There's Sunday. Yeah. All right. So there is a small potential for some light freezing drizzle, light freezing rain on Sunday morning. That could cause minimal impacts. I'm not expecting major impacts with this. To our north, though, let's see what's going on up there. Delete this. Delete. St. Louis. I think most of Sunday should be good. It's the days that here's Monday. That's not good. Monday into Tuesday, and especially Wednesday. That's not good. That's not good either. Hey, from St. Louis, Missouri. Yeah. Good morning. Yep. Hope it's probably colder in St. Louis than it is here. Let's do a quick look up at St. Louis. 37. Cold. That's because you're north of that front. All right, Fayetteville. As far as the icing, could see some of that early Sunday morning. I think a better chance Monday night, and an even better chance Wednesday. No, we do not want ice. And on the mountain roads, see the higher terrain areas, the less treated roads, those are the areas where the ice has the best chance of forming. All right. Oh, looking at models on Pivotal earlier, it had a burst of freezing rain on Thursday around 9 a.m. Yeah, switching to rain by noon with bursts of snow on the backside of the system. Yeah, and maybe another system over the weekend. It's just nonstop. Let me show you what I mean. I've been showing the jet stream. I've been showing the flow all night. But let me show you the energy. Look at all this energy. So this is why the models are not handling it well. Everything is coming from the Baja region. All right, hold on. Let me put this in the show. Let me hide this. Load this up. Energy is out here in the Baja region. And notice how the flow becomes southwesterly and all these little pieces of energy. So this is not a feature track. What it is the spin in the atmosphere. So when we see this, that will help to produce precipitation. And if it's cold enough, it will be frozen. So we got some energy moving in Monday evening. Let me fast forward it. More energy. See this, we get a dip in the jet. So I think this will be a bit stronger, better potential for winter weather because we get this little dip in the jet, a stronger wave moves in. Then beyond that, another wave on Thursday. And then over the weekend, another system. Finally, a high pressure ridge moves in potentially. Dan's on date night, but Dan is watching it. And if over the weekend, if it gets bad, he will definitely be in here. Light drizzle, 4 p.m. Yeah, believe it. Yeah, it's cold. It's just a nasty pattern. It's been cloudy. It's been cold. Hasn't been the best. I'm ready for the sun to come out, which it might tomorrow morning. And if it does, 60-degree weather, that might happen. But I'm not buying it. Not buying it. Not for me. I do not think it's going to be 60 tomorrow. I think it might be in the 50s, which it is right now, actually. Manny, you just joining. Ice in Fayetteville, potentially. We're talking minor accumulation Sunday. And then Monday night, that could be an issue, especially Wednesday. That could be an even bigger issue. Yeah, appreciate all the questions. Yeah, all right. Eyes playing tricks on me, or did the Euro show that weekend storm will be negatively tilted? It probably did. Let's go back to it. I kind of went over it kind of quickly. The negatively tilted usually means that, a lot of wind shear, could see storms. Yeah, I see this system. I really think it strengthens. At least the European model shows it. The European model shows it strengthening as it gets east of us. GFS model, different story. GFS model probably has it more positively tilted. Yeah, see GFS model totally different. Now this right here looks like snow if it's cold enough. GFS totally different. It's got colder air in place, positively tilted trough, and more of the same, more of the mixed bag of precipitation. Let me get the GFS model, go out to the weekend. Yeah. Well, you can see we're kind of in the dry slot there. Go to Saturday. It's got us in that dry slot, behind the cold front. But yeah, this could definitely change, and that snow could be in our area. Friday, I think Friday is fine. I mean, it's just a very tricky pattern. And we'll be doing updates all weekend, all week. So as Friday gets closer, we'll be able to nail it down better. But yeah, that's more energy coming in Friday. More energy coming in Friday. Okay, so it is now Saturday morning. Sunday, when you return, even farther out, but this is when I kind of have a little bit of hope. Maybe subsidence on the backside of that system, and maybe a ridge trying to work its way in. So I'm not really too concerned about Sunday, but again, that's over a week out. So, and with this pattern, it is definitely a question. But yeah. So let me 7 day show it. Yeah. See, Tuesday is a day where the morning we could be dealing with impacts from the ice, and then maybe another wave coming in Tuesday evening. It's just a mess. I can show you a model, but it's just really difficult to get these timings. But here's Tuesday morning. That could be some icing in the morning Tuesday, and then maybe another wave Tuesday afternoon. Tuesday could be a mess, but I still think Wednesday. I think that's the day that we have to watch out for. 7 day forecast. Here it is, one last time for the night. Impactful ice possible. I still think mainly Northwest Arkansas, River Valley. I think as of right now, it looks to just be rain, but that could change. Tuesday night, getting down to just below freezing, and then Wednesday night, definitely getting down to below freezing. And then beyond that, still have the 20% in there because we still have questions about the pattern. I think it's staying active for the weekend. But okay, yeah, as people are just joining, yeah, nothing's happening right now. We're good. Actually, it's pretty nice out. Well, we got some patchy fog, probably misting, drizzling, damp. So I keep the windows shut and pretty mild right now, actually. We're in the 60s. Here's Mount Sequoia. 50s. I think by tomorrow morning, maybe in the 60s. Warm front coming in. Kenzie, we're doing this live stream because we have multiple rounds of winter weather coming up. So buckle up. But tomorrow, Saturday, should be fine. But we had this cold front coming in. It's the morning, pretty mild. It's 9 a.m. 60s. Yeah. So it feels pretty good right now. But tomorrow at this time, that's a different story. Here's a cold front, 7 p.m. It will be in the lower 40s, feeling around 10 degrees colder with that wind. Heading into Sunday morning, drops down to below freezing. Maybe a light wintry mix of freezing rain, sleet, light snow. Minor impacts possible on Super Bowl Sunday. I think clearing later on during the day, maybe the sun peeks out, but then we get into the trouble. Arctic air mass in place at the surface, aloft, relatively warmer southwest flow, energy moving in, that will spell trouble for freezing rain. Classic setup with that positively tilted trough. Now the impacts, Super Bowl Sunday, minor impacts possible, potentially more impactful Monday evening. I think this model's too warm. I think that could be some freezing rain, sleet in Northwest Arkansas Monday night into Tuesday morning. So Monday evening, Tuesday morning, that could be pretty treacherous for the commute. Potentially, we're talking a degree or two difference. If it's 31, impacts pretty minimal. If it's 27, game over. Impacts everywhere. You do not want to be on the roads. I think Wednesday has a better chance of the wintry precipitation. Maybe another round over the weekend. Here's the GFS model. I think it's handling the colder air a little bit more Monday night into Tuesday morning. Then another round Wednesday. 2009. You know, that was a historic icing event. 1.5 inches of ice. I don't think it's going to be like that, but we definitely could see significant impacts from the ice. Monday has the potential to be too warm. Okay. But again, the models do not handle the cold air well. The Arctic air is usually too stubborn. So if it's a couple degrees colder, 2009, that might be in the cards. But as of right now, general consensus, I think Monday will be a little bit too warm to have crazy impacts. But Wednesday, that could be a different story. That could have some higher impacts. But just a crazy active forecast, and I'll be on here again tomorrow, definitely Sunday, and it's Super Bowl Sunday. Josh will be in here in the morning. I'll be in here in the evening, and it's all hands on deck next week with this winter weather. But as of right now, here's the 7-day. If you missed the newscast, here it is. This is Northwest Arkansas. Impactful ice possible Monday through Wednesday. And River Valley, as of right now, looks to just be rain. But notice how Tuesday night, Wednesday night gets down to near freezing. Things could change. And we'll know tomorrow. If the models are right and it's 60, I will be surprised. But I think the cold air will be stubborn and win out. But until then, hey, thanks for watching, and we'll definitely be back on here to be doing some more. So until then, I'm going to sign off and hope you all have a great night.